You guys might recall, Colt has had an ear infection for a little while. Poor guy. But this one went ahead and just regular cleanings, no problem, finally got rid of it, and he doesn't scream when you touch it anymore. This one, though, had been stubborn. I mean, just weak. He would scream like that every time. One of the vets I'd chatted with goes, hey, why don't you try a mixture of 50-50 apple cider vinegar and water? There's also a bunch of other stuff like witch hazel you can add in and this and that. But he goes, this might be an antibiotic-resistant bacteria and some yeast and stuff like that. And so he goes, yeah, try this out, just a little bit, just wipe it out. And so far, so great. I've not seen so much improvement. We've used it for 3 days now. And yeah, he's looking a lot better. Huh. Does not like when I clean it out, though, I'll tell you that. And poor Samantha, so after our vet visit, you can see that this is a cyst she has. After our vet visit, they gave us some cleaning stuff and went ahead and did my best to clean it, drain it, clean it, use that stuff. It has gotten significantly worse. So it is time to go get that removed. She has an appointment she's not looking forward to tomorrow, and then so that'll be for the checkup, and then we'll go ahead and see if we can't get that removed. Hopefully on Thursday is what I'm hoping for. We'll see. Fingers crossed, but it doesn't bother her until I drain it. And then it kind of bothers her, and then otherwise it's just, yeah, she's good. She's a good girl. She's enjoying the house, nice and cool in here, huh? Yeah, we'll talk about that. Emma's back.
Hi, guys.
Where have you been?
Well, I was in Washington and then had to hop on a plane kind of emergently, and fly to Texas for some family health things in the middle of my parents moving. So I had to help move and deal with some health things. Everybody's okay, thankfully. Yeah. And, helped move and spent some time there. And it was a little bit wild, but here we are. I'm back. Yep. You guys are stuck with me again.
12-volt air conditioner. Got that guy installed, painted, all that good stuff. That's up there. You saw the Houghton before. Yep. What do you think about this one now?
Well, I think a big benefit is that it runs through the night. Yeah. So that's a win.
You can actually use it.
Yeah,
yep.
It felt comfortable. It didn't feel cold necessarily, but it was comfortable like yesterday afternoon and last night.
Yep.
So I think overall it's manageable.
Yeah.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's doing better than the Houghton was.
See, and that's the interesting thing, because the Houghton you can't run overnight.
Yeah.
And the coolness feels similar, right? Even though this is 10,000, the other one's 13.5.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense. Actually, got a couple comments about how the physics don't change, and it's sure, that is true. Technically speaking, that is very true. The physics don't change, but the reality is that the real feel, how it actually feels exactly the same.
Yeah.
Just with lower power draw.
Yeah, and we can actually use it.
Yeah.
All night long.
But we can't use it right now, and I'll tell you why. Let's go to the car. Now you might notice we're not in the truck. We're in my mom's car, little hamster car. The reason for it, of course, is if you didn't watch a few videos back, go ahead and check that out. But the truck is in for a repaint of the bumper. Could have just jumped straight to the chase with that, but it was definitely worth me trying. Because I mean, you saw it.
Yeah, he did a really good job. He really, as good as he could have gotten for a home paint job, he did a great job. It was really close. It was just that the paint wasn't the right color, and we couldn't get the right color.
Well, it was only the wrong color at the very end, because it spit out like a silver.
It wasn't a consistent color.
Which I shook the heck out of that thing. I'm telling you, it was not but you saw that there were 2 other spots. They looked perfect, did they not?
Yeah, they did.
So I think if I only went down to 50% of the can, it probably would have looked awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. But yeah, the truck's getting redone, and that means that we don't have solar from the truck right now, which that solar's been working great, I think.
Right, and it just kind of is bad timing.
Now it's terrible timing, and the reason for it is because every day, every other day, I check the inverter, just make sure everything's working all right. And on one port, I have my sister's air conditioner, and so that's been running just fine. That's perfect. And on the other port was the trailer, and so I went ahead and checked that, and the plug was starting to melt. And now this had happened before, But this time I was, I was smart about it, and I'm like, because I'm not going to swap this again. But I was like, okay, I'm going to keep it. They're supposed to be able to handle 15 amps. It's been set at 10. And so even with some losses and whatever, say it's pulling 1,300 watts, you're looking at like 12 or 13 amps. And so in theory, and that's all I'm pulling, the Victron's actually set to that. So in theory, we should be fine, right? Let's say it was pulling 1,300 and we're getting 10 amps at 120 volt. We should be fine. But unfortunately, that's not been the case. It's starting to warp. And so before it becomes an issue, went ahead, unplugged that, and so we don't have that power right now. And so I'm looking for the competition, but at a 36 volt, 3,000 watt inverter, there's not a lot of competition in that space. Our Renogy was just fine.
Yeah.
That was a 12 volt unit though. They make a 12 and a 48 volt unit, but not a 36, and I don't even think they do a 24 volt. So that's kind of a bummer, but we do have a stock battery on its way. It should be here today from FedEx, in theory. Oh, and an update, FedEx did actually pay out for, they finally agreed, that they, someone stole the battery, and they were like, okay, well, it never got delivered. Obviously, it was our fault. They did reimburse. Well, I only claimed that the value was $400. I didn't think it really mattered. I wasn't even thinking. I was like, oh, like $400 or whatever. They're $580. So they gave like the $109 for shipping and the value of the $400 up to that amount. So they reimbursed for that. That's awesome. Yeah, but the replacement battery is here now, and we're gonna go get a Slurpee real quick.
Shipping.
Man, these Mavericks are, whew, they're so good. And let's see, Dr. Pepper. No, it's out. Every time we're here, these are out. All right, off we
And the
go.
blackberry one.
Yeah, I guess so. Blackberry. You don't taste the blackberry, no?
It's very subtle.
Yeah. Man, they're tasty. They're addicting little sons of guns. Anyways, but yeah, truck's in. That power's gone. I think we'd be able to run that AC overnight, no problem.
Yeah, for sure.
See, and that's the thing, is like being able to run the air conditioner is better than not being able to run the air conditioner.
Right.
And they're about, honestly, they are about the same. There's that. Now there are a couple of differences though between the Hofton and this, right? Like the Hofton has a heat pump. That's nice. It's 13.5K. That doesn't make a difference because it didn't feel like 13.5K.
Right.
And realistically, like even if this AC maxes out at about 840 watts, is what I've seen, what I've observed in like strong mode. It doesn't, like, we can handle that. 1,200 watts continue. I mean, you just zap right through those batteries. So, anyways, we're in a very awkward spot right now. But yeah, we are, however, preparing to hit the road.
We are.
So we don't have much that we need to do. We're waiting for a package. I'm trying to think. Yeah, we have the stock battery
package and Samantha's vet appointment, and then we're out of here.
Yeah. So maybe another week or so.
Well, we're hoping to be out of here by in the next 5 days or so. We have a destination that we're headed to. Basically, my family on my dad's side does Christmas in July instead of Christmas at Christmas time because it's just so hard to get everyone together at one time during the holiday season. So we do a camping trip and celebrate kind of like Christmas in July together camping. And so we are going to join them this year.
Yep.
And take the trailer and head up to Michigan and do some Christmas in July camping. So we have once we leave, we'll have about 2 weeks to get up there. And so we're hoping to do some Route 66 all the way up to Chicago. Yeah,
there's some good folks out there. Yeah, they're always fun to hang out with.
Yeah, really, it's going to be a fun time.
I think the last time we saw them was almost exactly a year ago.
Yeah, I was at my brother's wedding.
Yeah. So, anywho, that'll be great. Yeah, Route 66 on the way up. I'm really hoping that, I don't know. I'm hoping that somebody buys in the next week. Somebody wants to buy the Sony gear I have. It's great equipment, but it's just one of those things that, practically, I don't want to grab it every day, It's good gear. Somebody would love it. But, yeah, if you're not using it for video, then, I don't know. It's the experience thing. So, fingers crossed, I have a replacement. There was somebody, actually, that messaged and was like, hey, I can sell you, I'll trade you my X106, Fujifilm X106, which is it's kind of it looks like an old film camera, but it's a single lens, so it's not an interchangeable lens, which is a big bummer. and it takes some lovely photos. You know, Fuji, it's good quality, right? But having only one lens will work for 90% of the time. But it's that 10%, that little fraction that you're like, it would be nice to have a longer lens or a wider lens or whatever.
Joel will not be happy with a single lens camera.
No, but you were saying like, you enjoy going on, like when I did the 365 photos.
Yeah, I like to just go out and walk around with him. I don't really care about the photo taking part, but Joel really enjoys going out and doing the photo projects and taking the photos and stuff. So I just like to go along for the adventure.
Yeah, it's really cool. I don't know. I think that'd be kind of a neat thing to do again. I don't know if we fire up another Instagram though, or if I just include the images in videos or whatnot. I don't know. We'll see. But it gives a lot more purpose to. I mean, you're really going out to explore something. So even if you're tired, you know, it gives you something to do. So yeah, those are pretty much the updates. And all of like the really cool projects I'd like to do, some more testing, it's all just money. It's all money, so gotta work on that aspect. But no, I don't know. Any other important updates?
No.
Yeah, I think it would be cool to do though a Route 66 trip and photo adventure. We wouldn't be starting from Cali, but we could, you can make it out to Chicago, basically Chicago, right?
Yeah.
And then we split off. And you guys know there's another spot out there, out in that area, upper Midwest, I love more than anywhere else in America for whatever reason.
Yeah, we'll probably hit it after camping.
Yeah, well, definitely. So, yeah, more videos to come. I'm sure they're not going to enjoy seeing me, though. after that recent Airstream, that was just at a local dealership, but after that. And Winnebago's not very happy with me. But, I mean, the reality is, though, these videos are it's just the truth. If I have a good experience or if I see a good product, I share a good product. We don't make money off of promoting anything, right? Like, no, we don't make any money. We've never been paid for a review or anything like that. And like, there's nobody benefits by me being like, hey, that product sucks. You know what I mean?
Right.
Am I wrong? Like, no, we share things because I want you guys to, well, I want to save you guys money. I want to save you guys headache and stress and whatever. And I feel like if we can do it, you can do it. But if it sucks for us, I mean, you share that experience because that's what it's about, right? I don't know. I think that's I think it's a good thing to have.
Yeah.
So, anyways, we'll do that. And there is one. I mean, there's one air conditioner that I have seen that I would really like to try out because everybody goes mini split. It would just look so terrible on our rig, given that we have propane tanks still, right? If we didn't have propane, that might be a little different.
Maybe when we're near the headquarters, you can walk in and try to schmooze them and see if they'll give you a free one.
Yeah,
test it out.
Because that'd be an extra like $1,200 that we just don't have right now. So one of those things. But yeah, there's a unit that is a little bit closer to a mini split, or equivalent to a mini split in terms of efficiency, based on what other people have said.
Right.
So I don't know, and I look at like the 12 volt DC and everybody goes, they're so amazing, they're so efficient. And I'm like, they're really efficient. Yes, comparatively. But are they as cold as I like? No. Are they, I mean, if we're in 110 degree weather, are they way better than not having anything? Yeah, definitely. But what if we could get, the best of both worlds? Right. Efficient, but also really cold, I don't know. We'll see. That's a future. We'll just add it to the checklist, right? So,
yeah.
Anyways, we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go drool over some cameras and how we kind of come and go from like photography stuff.
Yeah, Joel kind of goes in waves on different things.
Like, it's mostly me, yeah.
Like, I enjoy doing it. I'm just not very good at it, and I can't get a camera straight to save my life, as you guys know.
No, if there was not horizon balancing on right now, yeah, this thing would look terrible. I'll roast you for that all day.
I try. Like, I enjoy going out and taking photos, but I don't enjoy. Like, I think I enjoy the action of going out and doing it more than I enjoy the editing, the processing, the final.
Like right now, as she's talking with one hand, the camera's doing this with the other. Hopefully you guys aren't picking that up, but you might be able to see like some of these things. If they look like they're like this, it's driving me nuts. It's driving me mad.
And I practice. I try to get better, and I cannot. I've reached my maximum potential.
You know, okay, I'm gonna say this as well. It is really funny, and I've talked about this in the past, but rant time. Emma gets credit for so much. Wow, I love the design of like the Escape, or hey, great choice in the Holiday Rambler and all this. And I'm over here like, I did that! You know, I hate that.
I think what's funnier is that like I don't care about credit. Like that's something that like it does not bother me. Like I don't care if I get it, I don't care if I don't get it. I don't care. Like it doesn't matter to me really. And so I think that
I just see her smile.
I only smile because I know it's driving Joel crazy. But otherwise, like I don't care. Like I just truly like I appreciate it, but I don't need it. It's not something that like drives me at all to get a bunch of credit for anything.
See, and I don't care about the credit necessarily. I care about the truth. I care about like the like if people think you did a whole bunch of stuff, and it's like, what do they think I did the whole time? That's the part that's like, okay, what do you think of me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know why. That just bugs me. I'm like, I don't want them thinking like I'm not an artsy, fartsy kind of guy. You know, I don't know why. I'm like, no, that was me. I spent a long time on that.
If I had to pick one of the two of us that's the artsy one, it's Joel. So,
by far,
it's Joel.
Half the vision, double the art.
See, I will give you the credit. Like, I don't take the credit from you.
She doesn't.
I never take it from you. I always say you did it.
I don't know why that bugs me so. But everybody's like, oh, she does so well, and I'm like, yes. He does.
Yeah.
But it is kind of a funny thing that, you know, I'm a little more, I guess, feminine when it comes to good. I don't know. So now I'm self-conscious. Anyways, rant over. B and C cameras. So they sell it all. That guy. Woo, I got these here too. Okay. The only downside I've seen here has been they don't do trade-ins. They have events where like third parties can come in and trade. But they do sell Leicas here. They're cool cameras. They're great. I mean, great quality, right? What do you think about the prices? And that's why I don't have a Leica. That's called balance.
He's insane to think he could have a Leica.
Yeah. Look at that thing. I would get one scratch on that and just cry. I've seen people actually like they'll sandpaper the edges, and they're like $6,000, $10,000, $12,000, depending on what lenses you pair with it and such, and a lot of them are like manual focus, which is totally cool. If that's your thing, it's really not. I'm lazy, but yeah, when I say I want to cry just looking at like they'll sandpaper the edges and get that look. I'm like, oh man. But yeah, let's go see. We got Fujifilm over here. They got a lot of stuff. Reminds me a little bit of Kenmore camera, but they would do more trades. I like the trades, although it does get a little dangerous. It was good to go in there because while I didn't get to choose, so I'm actually kind of debating between like the Nikon ZF, which is kind of an interesting camera. People love that camera. Yeah. And the Fujifilm X-T5. And this, if you guys are not camera nerds, like skip ahead because this is one of those things. But I go in there and one gal was really helpful. She showed a website that I'd not seen before. It's called cameracomparison.com or comparisons.com.
Camera Decision.
Is it something like that? Yeah. And so we're looking at the specs of each one, which I didn't see that before. I've only been looking at like YouTube video comparisons. And and then people always talk about like, okay, autofocus is better on the Nikon, which people complain about Fuji's autofocus all the time. And I look at like the way that I've always used my camera. I never really complained, I don't think. I just worked around it. Yeah. And they go, well, Fuji has really nice JPEGs, but you can get the same thing out of a Nikon and this. And I'm always of the opinion, like if I'm shooting raw, it doesn't matter either way. That's how I shoot. And the reality is like I need to be able to like quickly change my settings. Aperture, ISO I always leave on auto, like I just don't care. But I didn't shutter speed because I want those to be, I want those to be easily accessible. I don't like looking through a digital viewfinder in order to, I don't know, it's just one of those things. And so, I wanted to compare. They didn't have the ZF on hand, and I'm talking to another guy, and he goes, you can get great images out of any camera as long as you know what you're doing, right? You get your focus right, you get your lightings, one of those things, and then, of course, you have to edit the image. A little bit. Sometimes they're great out of the camera, but I edit the images, and I was thinking about that. But it's very true. And also, you look at Ansel Adams, right? And he worked for, I know, the Sierra Club, and I know the federal government also hired him. And he made these incredible pieces of work, and he worked really hard at it, right? And we only see the best of the best, right? But he was shooting that, and it wasn't even digital, right? It was a film photo. It was like slide photographs and all, and it was film. It's crazy what he could do back then with such limited equipment compared to what we have today, and yet we'll easily complain, oh, it's not fast enough, it's not this, it's not that, it's not, because something else is there. I just think that's an interesting thing. But yeah, I think that I kind of further solidified, I looked at all the Canon and the Sony lineups, and they're just not for me. It's just something about the tactile and wanting an aperture ring, and you can get third-party lenses, but I think the size of the XT5, I picked one up and held it again, and it just feels right, I think. So this is the turmoil that is going on in my life, the drama for us right now.
I'll take this drama.
So we got to sell my Sony gear.
Yeah. We did learn, though, that's an interesting fact, that in Japan, if you have a silver camera, it's more like classified as like an amateur photographer kind of situation. They don't sell black cameras to like amateur photographers. Black cameras are classified for professional photographers, and so if you have a black camera in Japan, they put you in like a professional bubble.
Yeah, socially.
And so like, if you're carrying around a black camera and you're just taking pictures for fun, you might get some weird looks, and it might tell you can't take photos places because you're a professional.
Yeah.
So
whereas
that's interesting.
silver, they're more likely to just gloss over you. Yeah. I didn't know that. I had no idea. But yeah, I kind of like to look at silver cameras, but I get it. But and that is something that I'm very passionate about, is like, if you're out in public, photography is not illegal. A lot of people are like, oh, you can't take my photo, you got to delete that. That's a thing. That's a big thing, actually. And street photography is something I'm very passionate about and whatnot. And like, yeah, there's a line where you don't want to get into people's faces and shoot them all. I don't want to follow around and be creepy and whatever. But like, yeah,
we don't want photos up people's noses anyways.
No, and so it is one of those things. Photography is not illegal. People get really weird about it. Maybe it's a social faux pas or whatever, but no, I am very passionate about it, and it's important that we uphold those rights that we have. So, anywho. All right, we're going to go pick up my mom, though, and that is our rants for the day. It's actually probably turned into a much longer video than I expected, but yeah, Emma's back.
I'm back.
Yep. So, lots coming up. If you want a Sony camera setup, a really nice setup, I think, a wonderful setup, great for video, let me know. It's in great shape, so make an offer. Otherwise, we will see you in the next video, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.